coaches again.
Same thing. Yeah, I was.
All right, Coach.
That look.
Now that we got you here, quarterfinal matchup on Sunday. It'll be live on SNY with Providence. So kind of a rematch, so to speak, from last weekend's regular season finale. Just some thoughts on entering the postseason to start, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, I think we're certainly excited and excited to be hosting on Sunday. I think that's the first time in our history in Hockey East that we'll be hosting a quarterfinal game. So that's certainly something we're looking forward to. And, we know our opponent pretty well. I think we're two very evenly matched teams, and it's going to be a great hockey game. I have the utmost respect for their team. I think they're strong in goal, on defense, and they've got some forwards that are very dangerous, extremely well coached. It's just going to be a fun, exciting hockey game.
Okay, we'll start questions. We'll go with Bob Joyce first. Whoop. Bob, you're on mute there.
Yeah, I thought I took myself off mute. Sorry.
Yep.
Mike, usually this is a best of three. Now it's a best of one where no error for mistakes. What's the difference in preparing for a single game as opposed to a best of three?
The difference is if you win, you move on, and if you lose, you're out. That's the difference between single elimination and the best of three. I don't think there's any difference in how we prepare. We've been playing pretty much the same way all year long. I don't think it makes sense, or it would behoove us to completely change our style of play at this point of the season. You dance with the girl you brought, right? So we've been a team that skates and competes and tries to put pressure on the opponent. And I think we're going to I know that's the type of style we want to play. And we're going to continue to try to get better at each game we play.
Let's go to Randy Brochu. Go ahead, Randy.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, Coach.
Hey, Randy.
Want to ask you, now that the regular season is over and we move into playoff hockey, as you assess what you've seen from your team and given your experience going on playoff runs, throughout your coaching career prior, what are some of the traits and characteristics from this team that you really like, that you think that translates well to tournament hockey?
Well, I think we're a team all year long that has showed that we're pretty resilient. And I think you have to be able to be resilient in the playoffs. You got to understand that you're going to be playing great hockey teams, and the momentum's going to shift back and forth. And you got to be mentally strong to be able to handle that momentum surges, sometimes from their team or from your team. You have to be able to stay even keel and be resilient and continue to play your style of hockey. Trust your system, trust your process, and ultimately, compete at a really high level for those 60 minutes. And I think these guys have shown that they can do that this year.
Okay, we'll go to Dan Connolly.
Just in that same thread, it's been 3 years since you've been in a playoff game, just because last year got canceled. The only players on your team that have been in a playoff game are the 3 skating seniors. So is it a disadvantage to have that much inexperience in the playoffs, or is it on the other side an advantage because they can't get overworked about it or something?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I guess we'll find out Sunday, right? I think, Dan, we're just looking like this is another hockey game. I don't think you can look at this as like, oh God, this is a playoff game, and if we lose, our season could be over. Now all of a sudden you're surrendering to the outcome. And I think if we just stay focused on, hey, what has made us pretty good this year? What has allowed us to be able to host a quarterfinal game in this league? And it's, hey, doing the simple things, being good on faceoffs, being good in the defensive zone, being structured in the neutral zone, competing for loose pucks, winning battles in front of the net. And if you just stay focused on those, things that have made us pretty good so far, you forget about the opponent sometimes. You forget about the magnitude of the game, and you just play your very best game, and that's what we're looking to do.
Let's go over to Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Thanks very much, Coach. Good morning. Did you review with the team at all the first 40 minutes from last weekend, which were so good, as part of your discussions during the week?
We reviewed the whole game. I think you always have to review the good and the bad. You can learn from so many things. You can learn, hey, this is what we did well, and this is why we were successful, and this is where we made some mistakes, and this is what gave Providence some momentum. So I think there's learning opportunities in every game, and you have to be able to pull those out and illustrate them to the team, and then learn from them and grow.
You also secondary scoring and play is such a key part of any playoff game, pro, college, important. How do you see some of the pieces you have going into games? How do you think you have the requisite formula that you recipe that you and your coaches staff are looking for going into Sunday's game?
Yeah, I do. I think we've had contributions from, all lines all season long. I don't think, Johnny's had a great year, but, Carter Turnbull scored a lot of goals. And Cale Howarth has scored goals, and Hudson Shandor scored goals, and Vlad scored goals, and Brian Regales has scored. We've got a lot of contributions from our defense, offense. So I feel pretty confident that we have enough ability and enough scoring on this team to be successful in the playoffs.
Last question. Nick Capone, will he be available for Sunday?
I don't believe he will.
Thank you, Coach.
Let's go back to Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
Coach, just speaking of the offense, Carter, I think, is second in Hockey East in shots this season. He's, I think, third or fourth on your team in goals. So what is he doing well to get that many, at least, shots on the goal? And does he need to be doing something different to be able to get those in the goal? Or has it just been a product of bad luck, or what is it with him?
Yeah, I think I talked about this a little bit on the coaches show the other day. It's just like great shooters in basketball. There's times where they're 3 for 15, but you're going to take that 16th shot. I mean, the great shooters do. And sometimes, there'll be streaks where Carter generates a lot of volume, which is fantastic. And there's going to be times where the puck's not going in for him, but he understands as well as anybody else, I'm going to keep shooting, because invariably that puck will go in. It's if he's not getting shots and he's not getting volume, then I'm more concerned about his play. So that's something we're certainly encouraging him to keep shooting the puck and shoot from all angles, because he's one of those guys that can beat a goaltender from any angle.
Go ahead, Randy.
Thanks, Bill. Coach Yakum doing what he did with the 3 goals, the hat trick on Friday to get his first, second, and third. Obviously, if you've followed this team, he's played great this year, but just didn't put the puck in the net till the last game of the year. And the guys around him, I imagine, recognized how great he's played. I wondered what it did for them, for him to do what he did and score those goals in the fashion that he did, to get that first one and followed up with the second and the third.
Well, somebody on the bench said they're going to come in bunches now, Yakum, and sure enough, they did. But I think it was great for our team, because everybody sees how hard he works, and he led the league in assists. He's played some fantastic hockey all season long, and I think it was a combination of a couple things why he hadn't scored. In the beginning of the year, he just didn't shoot the puck. He's always looking to pass the puck, and I think that's something that I still would like to see him be more of a shoot first mentality. The second thing was he really embraced playing in front of the net. And this is where I'm going to be, and on the power play, you're going to have to move me out of here if you want me out of here, because I'm not leaving. And I think that's the kind of mentality he went into the game with, and he was rewarded for it, because all 3 of his goals came right in the blue paint.
Let's go back to Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Coach, taking a look at your defensemen, the big key is getting that puck out of the zone. So John Spence and Adam are certainly going to face a lot of forechecking pressure on them. A lot of work this week on making sure guys are getting those pucks out and using the boards effectively.
Yeah, and hey, Providence is a great forechecking team, and so are many teams in our league. It's something that is really not exclusive to this week. It's something we work on every week. I think that if you're going to be a good transition team, and when we're playing well, I think we are a good transition team, then you got to be able to break pucks out of your zone. And it's something that we work on every single week. A part of our, game planning is breaking the puck out of the zone and doing it cleanly with speed. And yeah, so for sure, Jerry, that's something we've worked on this week.
Thanks, Coach.
Let's go back to Dan.
Just in terms of Nick Capone, do you have any timeline on when he could potentially return, assuming the season continues on?
Yeah, not yet. I don't. I actually talked to the trainer today, and we're hoping to get him on the ice soon. I know that. That's a game plan, but we have no timetable yet.
And in addition to him, are you expecting to be without anyone else?
I think we'll be pretty good. As of today, no.
All right, go ahead, Bob Joyce.
Mike, you got a playoff game on TV too, on SNY. That's got to be a big deal for your program to see that UConn and SNY came together to make this happen.
Oh, I think it's great. And a lot of kudos to our administration. And I know Dave Kaplan worked really hard. Bill in his office just pushing to get us on. And, we're excited. I think it's great for the fans of our program in Connecticut to be able to watch that game this weekend.
Dan, did you have another one?
No, I think I just left my hand up.
Anyone else? Okay. Good stuff. Thanks, everybody.
All right,
Thank you.
Sorry,
Coach.
I was late. Apologize.
Good luck, Coach.
No problem.
Good luck, Mike.
Thanks.
Take care. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.